It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the Browns on EA Sports.
The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who's saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. I think they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Browns set to go on offense for the first time, led by Baker Mayfield in his 4th season now from Oklahoma.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Mayfield on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line. But I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
21 yards there on 3rd down. A nice throw there by Mayfield, a guy who really reemerged as the season and later the playoffs went on last year. What are defenses trying to do against him?
Well, the first thing defenses want to do is use his emotion against him because he's such a passionate player. But sometimes he comes up really hyped up and the ball might sail a little bit early. But as the game settles in, the next part is make sure you chip away at his timing, put the pressure on him so maybe his feet don't get quite set, and then he's not able to be as accurate as he normally is.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 16 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Gostkowski's kick is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Leading him out in his second season from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, it's Jalen Hurts.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah. 2
touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the option, here's Jacobs. Powers through. A first down and more for Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. 7 yards there and a first down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. He got 29 yards that time. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Throwing is Hurts, escaping the pressure right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Second down and goal. Hurts flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Raiders have taken the lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. Shoves him aside. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of those powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Let's go. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Hurts. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Here we go. Here we go.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. Fights off the defender. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? It's certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now, Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On second down, it's Drake. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Fights loose. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 61 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Devontae Smith deep to return. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Ricky.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On first down, Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because
under pressure, they got him again. Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Hurts. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it. And that was a thing of beauty there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. Just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some good games to look forward to in the early window, especially the one in Baltimore. A big one coming up for the Ravens, as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Then, on Sunday night, a big one in the NFC South, the Saints and Bucks from Tampa, 8:20 Eastern Time. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And it's been the ground attack that's kept them in this ball game, as they rushed for over 100 yards in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they didn't have quite the same kind of success running the football, but still, not bad for one half of play. Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland, and to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did. all the way into the end zone, and then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Carlson on for the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 2nd and 2. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
A run for Nick Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. Handoff comes to Chubb, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point try for Gostkowski. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 2, Hurts. He's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
2nd and 11 now. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Mayfield to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
Now back to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Drake. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down now, it's Drake. Strong running at the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them. With 3rd and 4.
It's a game of 6.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Throwing, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. Open man is Higgins.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 3rd down, Mayfield.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Throwing is Hurts.
Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Browns down 20-17, a minute 45 to play. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Baker. He's got Landry.
Not much there, only a yard. The Browns try to get back and set quickly here, time ticking away. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up. Mayfield.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now Mayfield
looking for the end zone. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing captain, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. Now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take the knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Now a first throw here in overtime. He dumps it off to Drake. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And a tackling for just a short gain.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Mayfield looks to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And some room to work. Pushes and he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
Mayfield now from the 50. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's Jamie Gillen now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And he's out right at the 25. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Hurts going to keep it again.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And if you're keeping an eye on the box score, that last run puts him over the 100-yard mark for the game. And this defense has just had all sorts of trouble trying to keep him under wraps, both passing and running.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll go option to the short side. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts, flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Mayfield to throw.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Mayfield finding Hunt.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So out come the Raiders. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Looking here for Smith downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And Devontae Smith, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session. split the uprights. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road. So this one a victory for the Raiders.
So for Las Vegas,
they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.